Okay, guys, we are back again. What is price action is annoying. Annoying. Okay, I already have this on. This is my trade. Rejection here or blast through. Let's see. I was a little bit in drawdown. Yeah, tricky, but let's see what happens. I want to see where I wrote down rejection here or blast through. Reassess there. Yeah. Yes, all my lights are on. Tricky area though, tricky area. I know everybody's thinking short. Now I'm also sort of like still also short. I can frame it both ways, but 683 is definitely in the cards. Where is mine? 683. Should I get out here? 683. No, I'm staying. I'm still staying in. Hey Jim, how are you doing? I think still. I think still it might go a little bit higher, but it's very tricky. I have to. I cannot skill. I cannot. It's so wiki, so I don't want to be stopped out if I throw my stop now. 683, but maybe I'm wanting. Maybe I should lower it to 683 here. Maybe that's the high. Let's see. What are you gonna do? I'm also short buy. Don't get me wrong, but okay. Let me just manage my trade. Okay, now it's at the event horizon, so equal highs here. I think it's still, it could be a manipulation move and we still could go down. So that's why I'm getting out. I'm not overstaying here today. I don't consider this a distribution trade. This is just a short trade. And I'm 20, so I might have to get out here. I was thinking if I should do. I think this should be the area of rejection. I really want to see that. Let's see if it gets there. Are you gonna make it up there? Gonna go back to midnight or not? Is this it? 9:59, 10 o'clock. Ooh, okay, tricky. I'm just playing with some micros, guys, so I'm not taking a lot of risk. I'm gonna bring this up here now. Still 2R trade. Yeah, I'm staying in. I might have a little bit of, we're opening up a new candle, so we might have a little bit of a little bit of reaction to the downside, and then continuation. Let's see. Oh, I need to go to the 1 minute. So SK, he was going over in the Discord. He asked me about things, and I already posted this quite early. Like, okay, I have an area of rejection or blast through here. That was this area here. Rejection or blast through. Let's see. Now I'm just a little bit worried. Okay, now okay, it's looking good. I thought maybe this might be the area of rejection, but I think we might still make it. Let's see. 10 o'clock. 83, 89. Come on, give us a little bit more. Give me my trade. Come on, you can do it. I'm gonna go break. If I don't want to have any losing trades. If I break even, it's 0. It's good. It's Friday. I'm still not fully. I really want to see the reaction around this area because I'm not sure. We're gonna blast through, then I'm bullish, but I'm bullish and bearish at the moment. I can frame it both ways, but this is the trade I saw. But then I thought, okay, I have to reassess here. I really don't know. I'm not confident in my analysis. Like, oh, normally, okay, for the AM session, I'm just bullish until here. Then I'm out. Then I just need to reassess. If that makes sense. It's really weird what I'm saying, right? Yeah. I'm bullish up to this area. So this is my trade. After that, I just don't know. I'm gonna frame this here. I don't want to have a losing trade. Oh, you're back from Florida? How was it? Oh, Jim, you were looking for homes, right? How was it? Come on, give us one more push to my level. Do not reject at midnight. This is possible, obviously. Come on, push. Push, push, push. Nice trade, nice trade, nice trade. Warm, getting 12 inches of snow. Warm, getting 12 inches. What? In Florida? Oh, where? Oh, you are. Okay, gotcha. Florida is warm, and now you're getting 12 inches of snow. So that's a big change. Oh, I actually do love a good winter, but I don't like the. Okay, boom, yay, well done. I had a little bit of heat here, but that's okay. Where's my money? Okay, I'm happy. After 2 days of, I had such a bad, this morning, I just didn't see anything. Yay, I'm gonna give myself a pat on the back. Nice trade, good trade. Yay, okay, good. Okay, I have to reassess, guys, because I just, rejection here or blast through. So I'm gonna reassess now and see what happens. I do think it's gonna blast through now, but I just want to really see, as I could frame it both ways. The weekly high is here. So the question is, are we going to break the weekly high again, or are we going to reject? And so that's why I really want to see what happens here, because I see a lot of things also down here that I think, what are we going to do there? I'm just not sure. We left so many weird little. Yesterday we left previous day low, monthly open, weekly open here. We had a previous day low here as well, somewhere here. We didn't fill the gap yesterday. The daily open we left right here. We also left previous day high, obviously today, but that's why I said I got out of my trade here just to see. I really want to see if we can consider this balanced or not. because it's a little bit weird to me. Yeah, I need to get rid of this one here. If we're gonna go up, I know what to do afterward. Hold on. I'm not even looking at gold, by the way. I need to look at gold as well. Okay, I want to show you guys. Okay, so now on the 4 hour, we look pretty balanced here. On the daily, okay, I finally have on the daily what I wanted to see. Okay, I'm happy now. I'm happy now. Okay, but okay, this is not, again, we have wicks here, right? You see that? So much wicks, so many wicks. So what does it mean? Means a lot of gaps, means a lot of no low resistance liquidity run. So I don't like that. I don't like that. Okay. Here we go. Okay, I'm just gonna watch here, guys. I just need to reassess. JJR, oh, you are still bullish. I just don't know, to be honest. I had a good trade to the upside. I don't know if you saw that. And my trade was up to here. And I really want to reassess if we are going into this wick. You said 25,800. Yeah, I can see that. If we do go up, that might be a safe. That's 50% of that wick. But I could also see that we could reject and go straight back down, because there's so many weird things that they left behind. Look how many gaps they just left behind continuously here. This is all gappy wicks. I can see us here reject just over here, but I really, I put this in the Discord already quite early. What time? SK asked me about what time did I post it? 9:32. 9:32. I already said this area rejection or blast through. I'm just gonna wait. Because we finalized the market maker model, right? Sell side, buy side, into original consolidation. There's a lot of wicks here, and we don't know which wick they are using for premium discount. It could be this wick, it could be this wick. I'm still working. That is something I'm still trying to figure out. When there's a lot of wicks, there is a sequence. I'm thinking, okay, sometimes you have 4 wicks, and they have candles in between, and I found out, oh, it's not the one that is next to it. Sometimes it's one further down, and I'm still trying to figure that. So that's a lot of time with my journaling. And sometimes I feel like, oh, it's not the one that is the most obvious to see. So now I have this one here, but it might be maybe when I'm overlooking or something. So, but we'll see. I'm just going to wait a little bit. What time is it? 10 past 10. Previous day high is so close, right? Look, they left a gap here as well. We've got beautiful liquidity here. A lot of gaps here too. I don't know. I don't trust it at all. This was the only trade for me up till now. Let me put this in the chat or in the Discord. Let me do a poll. I want to see how you guys are doing. Are you guys bullish or bearish? And then we're talking about the session until 11 o'clock-ish. Bullish or bearish? I'll say AM session, right? 11, 12 o'clock, we'll see. Oh, what am I doing? Let me, oh. Before price moves. I don't think it will move before 10:30 anyway, no. Engage with your audience, start a poll. I love those polls. Those polls are nice. Bullish or bearish? Bearish. Haha. Bullish or bearish? AM session for the remaining. Riga. Okay. Well, that was a nice trade. A very tricky area. 4 hour. Upside liquidity. I don't think I don't think that it's the liquidity that's to the upside that's of importance right now. I'm more inclined to take a short, to be honest, but I'm going to wait a little bit longer. I'm just going to wait. They're just forming so much wicks here, and we've got similar situation. We've got this volume imbalance here. Now the question is, do we need this candle here? We're going to go on this 4 hour. Let me see. What are you planning to do? Is anyone in gold? Did I put the poll in, by the way? Yes, I did, right? Bullish. Bullish, bullish, bullish. Everyone bullish. So you're all gonna sit, you are expecting a break to the high and also TGIF then maybe? Do we think we get a TGIF as well? That would be awesome, right? If we get a good TGIF. Let me see. What are you guys saying? What are my lovely chat? What are my lovely people? Only 3 votes. Come on, guys. Engage. 1/3 is 1/3 is bearish. So 1 is bearish, 2 are bullish. Okay. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I actually really don't know at this moment. If I would, if I think I know or I have an idea, I would say it. I'm not afraid to be wrong, but I just really don't know. I can frame it both ways still. That's the truth. I can see it go into this 4-hour fair value gap here, but I can also see it go into this volume imbalance here, because we're in higher time frame consolidation. That means we can easily have these candles going back and forth. So there's no, I cannot frame a proper AMD, accumulation, manipulation, distribution. So it can easily make one of these large down close candles again to go into this one, or it could easily break these highs and go into this 4. So I see imbalance here and I see an imbalance here. Liquidity is also on both sides. So we left the opening range gap of yesterday left a little, so that's why I'm also more inclined to be bearish, because we left a little gap open here, plus this beautiful imbalance here. So for me, it will be, I think it's going to be a coin cost today. But I'll look at gold as well. Yes, David, I had a beautiful trade. I had a beautiful trade in the morning. I posted this at 9:30 already. Rejection here or blast through in the Discord, and I got in. Well, you can see it on the stream. When I started the stream, I was already in the trade. I got in somewhere here, and then I took it up to here. It was a beautiful trade, but it was a bit tricky. We went up and down, and but yeah, I'm still waiting. So there was an opening trade. Hey, Vincent. David, good question, David. Good question. What was the rationale behind it? This fair value gap that was created in London time, I always mark the 150 to 210 macro. And a lot of the times when we move away from it, it depends on how London is moving and what price has been doing. If I see we had midnight here, 3 o'clock was here, and we formed this fair value gap between 1:30 and 2 a.m. in the London session. Now, that doesn't mean we're going there, but price went down through the whole of Asia, and we did not fill the remaining opening range gap of yesterday again. So, and then we had a nice move up, and I was watching this fair value gap here. And what price was doing, as you can see here, let me mark it. We were hovering around and we did not break it. So for me, it was still respecting this bullish fair value gap. Now we opened up with a very small opening range gap, and I know, and I've said that a few times, when you see price going through an opening range gap, which is very small, and it goes down straight away, it's the manipulation move. So everybody is thinking short. Everybody is going short. But I know already, like this is all created liquidity to the downside. So this is for me a full market maker buy model that was in the making, starting from London. Sell side. Here we are, we activated the buy side of the curve here. This is the creation of the sell side. And we were hovering in this area. This is until we didn't break this, I was still bullish. So I got in, I saw it around just before 9:30, I got in already. I had to adjust my stop a little bit because it was quite a wide stop. And I had to sit a little bit through drawdown and had to wait until we moved to the upside. But this is like, if you understand MMXM, sell side, buy side, and back to original consolidation. So we formed in the macro in this. That's why the 150 to 210 macro is very important to me. I always mark it between two yellow lines, and it was the start of the market maker sell model, and we finalized it during the 9:30 open. So that's the logic for it. That was the logic. And then I said here, I need to see here. I just don't know. I really, in all honesty, well, we're going up now. I just want to see what's going on because I can frame it to the upside, to the downside, but now we're not going up. So now I have some more clarity, and then we'll frame another trade later on. So that's it. So that's the whole logic. That's why London is so valuable. If you can sit through London and watch, you get your levels already, and then if you see this form here, you use the London information to frame your trade. Yeah, I hope it makes sense. Yeah, so this is all engineered liquidity for this move up. A lot of people were thinking short here, I'm sure, because it looked very shorty with all the wicking, but I was quite confident about the trade. I was confident up to here, now not anymore. Well, let's see. We are, because we have the clarity now. Yes. Let's see if we can frame another trade. But this move is just going to run. Let's quickly have a look at gold. Okay, not interested in gold. You see what gold is doing as well, right? You see, this is the one. I actually made a video about the 2 a.m. move, how important the 2 a.m. in London actually is. If you study that price action, you can make a lot of, you can connect a lot of dots. You see, gold is actually doing exactly the same, but here we're rejecting, right? Exactly here. 125. So we are consolidating here. So this is also actually the same situation. Sell side, buy side, going back into original consolidation, but gold is really rejecting at this moment in this area now. So I wonder if we go higher, but let's see. Literally the same, it's almost the same trade. You see that? The same logic. Sell side, activation of the market structure shift here, retest, going up, another retest, boom. Okay, I mean, she liquid above, yeah. I have to look for some levels. 751, 751. Ooh, are we gonna go all the way up to 814? Okay. Let me see. What time is it? 10:25. 814. It was 814. 808. Yeah, 808. Anyone who's in a trade, I think it's a nice move up. Okay, blast, so I can take this off here. It is clear. It is clear. Okay, let's see. I'll think if we get a nice pullback, I might be interested in another trade. Pity this current 4-hour navigate. Yeah. Well, Vincent, well, you know what? We actually, when we have a lot of areas like this, at some point we get, when you get 4-hour A, we might get a nice M at some point, right? But it's hard. Has been a hard. I mean, I've been struggling with this area a little bit yesterday. Um, when it's like this, it's always difficult for me because you don't know when the move comes, right? When you really break out of that, when you get your M. So I'm always a little bit, I'm hesitant now a little bit. On the SPX, we're in a 1-hour fair value gap, also in a premium for the range. Do you think this? No. Well, I don't know SPX. I can't really say Fox server. I really can't say. Um, just being in a fair value gap in premium. It also depends on what time frame you're looking at, but you also have to look, if you Fox server, for example, here is a fair value gap, right? But there's liquidity also up here. So at some point, what can happen is you could also have just a retracement in a fair value gap, which is just a minor retracement to an OTE level and then go back up further, right? A fair value gap, sometimes it goes straight through the fair value gap and it goes up, right? But sometimes it's still going, we're still bullish, for example, but you get like a bearish move, but it's not, it doesn't mean we're bearish, but just a minor retracement. So, for example, we could go into this area, have a little retracement, go further up. Now this is higher time frame, this is 4 hour, but you can see the same chart on a 1 minute, you could see the same thing on a 1 minute, right? Or even a 30-second. I'm just saying if you are in a bearish fair value gap, it does not mean that it's the end. It could, but it could also be a minor. You have to look, where are we? Is there liquidity above? What's the structure? If you are talking about a retracement, you don't want to see a market structure shift. But if you want to talk about a reversal, then you really want to see a 5 or preferably a 15-minute market structure shift. So structure is still bullish. Like, I mean, I'm still, since we're here, structure is still bullish, even though we are consolidating. Structure is still bullish, but you can expect maybe a candle to the downside, but then I'm still bullish. So you can still be bullish and there could still be bearish moves, right? So I guess we're all looking at this fair value gap. I think this is a nice area, 792. Let me go to the one. I think I'll put a paper trade on, guys. I already made my money. I had a good trade this morning with this trade. 792. Let's wait. Yes, you know, Vincent, what I don't like, what I find difficult now, yesterday, it's like the manipulation is just, it is, the way I trade, it's just harder to see the clear manipulation. It's going and you have a minor, this is now the manipulation here and now it's going, right? Oh, I hate this now. Now we're going to go most likely very slow. 8:02. What time is it? 10:30. I'm going to be a little bit careful in this area. I need to be careful. Are we over? Yes, we are over this area. So there's nothing. 10:32. Let's wait. I'm gonna wait. I'm sure there will be a good trade coming. $10.50 macro. This is such a nice drink. Coconut water. I love it. Mm, 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 mm. Yeah, there's so many things you can use as standard or as premium and discount as well, right? Time. I enter a lot of the times when I go again into a trade. I'm in premium and I still enter for a long. Um, okay, let's wait. I just don't want to catch a falling knife and just because it's just going up, but I don't know when it's just going to go down yet. Rather missing. Are we in the four? Yes, we are in the 4-hour fair value gap now. We are in the 4-hour fair value gap. Okay, here. Now the question is, are we going to get a TGIF? Oh, so someone asked about TGIF. Thank God it's Friday. It is the scalper asked. Sorry about that. I saw the question, but I was busy. TGIF just means it's an ICT concept. It is just the retracement of the weekly candle back into the range, but it's not specifically actually just the weekly candle. It's just basically all candles which can have a open, high, low, close, and because it's a weekly, the end of the week. You can frame a trade because you can use the weekly candle, which is a larger range candle. So For example, if we are keeping breaking the high, that means we have a potential for a TGIF, which means the weekly candle might retrace. We might have a downward move at some point and a retracement into 20, 30, 40% of the weekly range. So that's why you see I have the ranges here, 20, 30. 40% is not in this indicator. That's sort of a bummer that they didn't do that, but I can, it's around here. So I'm actually now, if I'm going to, I'm not on site on this long. So I might just wait to see if we get a retracement back into the range or if we're going to keep on going up. Look, I still have this area in I'm still very keen. If I see we're going to go up into this area, I'm definitely going to get into a trade. But if I see we start rejecting here, Fox server, for your question, this might be an interesting area for maybe a reversal or a retracement. So I'm watching this area now. What price is going to do? Is it going to retrace? Are we just going to hang out here and continue further into this area of my interest, which I already have quite a while? So it's still early. So I wouldn't expect a TGIF right now, but we could get like accumulation again, but I don't think so. We'll see. So I'm actually hoping on a retracement from this fair value gap into the range and then go back further, maybe. Or it's just going to blast through. And I might miss it. Could be. I don't really mind. I had a good trade already, so. But we'll try. We'll try. Can we see AMD here? We should be able to identify AMD. Accumulation, manipulation, distribution. So if this is the manipulation move, let's use this as the manipulation. And we are in distribution. Oh, interesting. I like that. That means we could go into my end dog finally. If we can define, I mean, I'm really, it's not as clear as it normally is, in all honesty, but let's see. I journal it every time. It's just like, if we are in clear distribution, because this is also a little bit of time distortion here, right? But this looks like AMD here. AMD. 0.5. Where's 0.5? Here. 0.1. Here. Okay, not too bad. And then this is the area that I marked already. And going back to my favorite 9-minute. Okay. Equals 7. Just I want to check something, guys. Yes, patience is very important, especially when you had already a good trade. You don't want to rush into another trade and give back all your profits. So I had a really good trade in the opening, so I'm okay to to miss a part of this move and get in when I'm really sure, because I'm just not, you can hear that I'm not really sure about my trades at the moment, and then I'm just I used to rush into it then anyway and then try and see, see where it goes. But I just want to be sure because the 1050 macro is coming and I'm sure then we'll have some clarity on the move. Let me quickly check something before the macro starts. Oh, hello. That's my girl. Yes, trading is, and also acceptance trading, and that was something that's really hard for me sometimes, and getting better. Accepting if you miss a move, accepting if you're wrong, accepting missing a move, accepting, like I wasn't sure here, and then I missed this, the move to the upside, and also here there was a nice, this retest was actually, I could have entered here. This is a beautiful retest of the previous day high. This should have been an entry as well. But I just don't like, because for me it is not, I don't like these moves that are just not fast enough. So it's hard to explain. It's really hard to explain. Even though it's a large candle, but you guys have seen if it's not going fast enough, when there's clear AMD, you have like accumulation, you can identify the manipulation move, and then the distribution is always fast when you have a clear AMD. When it's just breaking out of a consolidation area, or it's still it's a move within a consolidation area, or it's very wicky. For example, we have a lot of wicks here on the daily. It is like it goes herky-jerky. It goes up here, rejects here. We go another 20 points, and we stop again. Another 20 points, we stop again. I just don't. Maybe I'm spoiled. I don't know. I guess so. But look, see, we are moving. Why are we not moving fast enough? Because we're moving into this wick. So that's why you see it's a little bit slow. And I'm not too eager. I'm not eager to anticipate too much, even though it's going. I like this level, 805. Hey, listen, we could go all the way, scalper. If we're going to get a short, because it's TGIF, I would not expect a short too soon, because if we're going to get a TGIF, it might be much later today. I'm more inclined to think that we are going to go maybe even into this little area here. And please, I would be so happy. I would stream all day if I see a potential. If we go here, because I've been waiting for this bloody dog for over a month. So I said, oh, I'm not going to stream long today. I'm just going to do until 11, and then I'm done. But if I see that we are going to continue, I'm not. I've been talking about this end dog a long time. Was it January 18? Could be. I don't know. But it's been. This one has been. Now this is an older one. This is somewhere in December. I don't know. I can show you guys, but it's an oldie. It's a golden oldie. 11 December. And it caught me a few times, because I've been, oh look, it's going in, and I'm like, okay, I finally am going in. Look, it got me a couple of times. Manage my risk, but it got, so I'm like, I'm waiting for you. I'm waiting for you, dog. I'm waiting for you. I'll be there. So it might be today. Getting closer. So I'm not in a rush, but I'll get this boy. I'm gonna get this end dog. This end dog is mine. It's gonna be mine. So anyway, yeah, so patience. Yeah, so I'm waiting for since 18th of December for that. So yeah, we're in a FPG. You're also in a wick, and look here, look at this area here on the daily. We are in a really, even though it's all the way to the left, this is going to take time. It's not going to be easy. It's just going to be long back and forth. So that's why I'm not too eager to enter. I'm okay to miss those moves, but I don't want to miss the end dog. So when will I get interested? If we're working, let's say we are all the way here and we have worked our way through those wicks and we're getting at the top and it's still bullish, then and we get like a pullback and we're bullish again and it's worked its way through, then I'm like, okay, you know what, now we might get some speed, then I might enter. So I'm just going to wait to see how we're reacting in this area and at the 0.5. If we blast through it, that would be awesome. But we might also, if there is a 4-hour fair value gap, so let's watch, and a 1 hour as well here. Inversion too. This morning the 4:30 a.m. move killed me. Yeah, you were waiting for it. You said I'm going to go short. I'm going to go long at 4:30, right? What time is it? 10:48. Okay. Yeah, but you need more, you said it, but you need more context. You cannot just say, oh, it's that time, so I'm just going to go in. You need to have more context. You have to wait and see. You need your market. You didn't wait for your market structure shift, right? Yeah, we consolidated for a long time. So you have to wait when you go into an area like this, right? You really want to wait until you have your confirmation. So like if you get in here, well, you can do it though, but if you turtle soup it and you get in very short and then your stop is very low and you have to sit through this. That's possible because sometimes that happens a lot. And but if you really want to have your confirmation, you want to wait. But then the problem with this one is you have a large candle, right? And then you want to have a pullback and then you get in. But for example, I got in this area because I was using this confirmation candle of the break of this was for me. This told me now, okay, now we're bullish. We changed direction, and I got in because it was hanging out here, and the bodies were not going below this one. And when we retested the 830 price here, I think it was somewhere around here. I got in somewhere around this area, and then my stop was around here, below the wicks. But if you turtle soup it, it's possible. If you were really early, you put your stop here, and then you have to sit through this. But then again, would you really want to go sit through here again and then wait almost at your top? Unless you get out here and you get back in again here, right? But the logic is good. The logic is correct because you said, okay, I think that's the low of the day, and I want to get in. So that was correct. It was a low of London. When you say wicks, you're talking about liquidity. When you say wicks, are you talking about liquidity resting above them, or are you referring to them as candles on the lower time frame? A wick is on every candle, on every time frame. So the question is, when is a wick an imbalance, and when is a wick liquidity? That's the question, right? Yeah. That's actually one of the hardest things to figure out at some point because you are aiming for a liquidity level, but it stops here. I'm sure that happened to you a couple of times that you think, okay, there's liquidity there, and then it doesn't get to that liquidity. Why? Because it's the wicks are in imbalance and they need to be balanced out. I actually put it very simple. A wick is an imbalance, and then it becomes liquidity. But on the lower time frame, when you have small wicks, Fox Surfer, you can. I'm actually talking about larger wicks. So sometimes when you have like on the 1 minute and you know, like for example here, well, it could still be a rejection block. I mean, so in the beginning, if you want to have a, if you don't know when is it a potential rejection block, when is it liquidity, don't aim for the bottom of the wick. Just go for the open or the close price, depending on if it's a down close or up close candle. So don't go for the full wick. Just go for the open price, and then you are, if it's going to reject there, you still have you have your you're taken out, right? At least your stop is or your TP is taken. So just do that and don't worry. I mean, you might miss a few points, but who cares? At least you're taken out. And otherwise, sometimes you have your TP here and it rejects here, and then you might, it goes all the way back, and then you miss out on more points. So until you are more confident, like, okay, is it a rejection block, or can I really use the whole wick as is it liquidity, or is it a rejection block? Because it's either or, it's one of the two. It's a rejection block, or it's a point of liquidity. So if you study the PD array matrix, you have high, low, rejection block, right? The high, low is the liquidity, and the rejection block is number 2 on the PD array matrix. So now when I'm looking at the 4-hour chart here, I already see a rejection here. I don't see this as liquidity. I see a rejection block right over here. I would not take this as a liquidity yet. I would frame my trade up to here. I consider this a rejection block. Then I would consider this a liquidity. But there's so many wicks now, so it's actually, we're getting a master class in wicks, and I'm also learning a lot because we have a lot of wicks everywhere. But it's important to understand them. Hold on, guys. What time? Oh, we're already in the macro. Oh. You hear this bloody rooster? So now you also see we're in this 4-hour fair value gap, and it's disrespecting the fair value gap, right? We're just going blasting through it. So we are just going into that wick now. We're above the 50%, and we have a little gap here. So let's see if we can make it to here, 835. We're getting close to the end, dog. We're getting close to the end, dog. But I am not in a trade. Oh, shut the fuck up. So the 10 o'clock candle formed a gap at 665 or 817. 26030, 26032, 845. Okay. Let's see if we can get some nice rejection here. I need one little rejection. Come on, give us a pullback. Two 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 two. 856. And it keeps on going, 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 going. And the moment you get in, it's gonna slam down on you, right? We're up here. We're most likely going to go up to 853. Another 20 points. What time is it? 11:02. 852 and the 4 hour. It's a rejection block, right? Yeah. We're still in a macro. Let me see on the 1 minute. I'll take a 20-point trade. Eight up to here. 856. Still macro. Now the question is 848. We could reject 849. So why would I take this trade? It's an N walk plus it's a 4 hour open price with a wick next to it. I sometimes do this. When it's the last part of the move and it's sort of like almost, the only thing that I don't like is that we have a level of a candle here that might sort of like, but I have my finger on the trigger and it's just for a few points. I do that with a micro. I'm not doing it now. I'm just paper trading this. I'm just like, okay, we have a few more minutes in the macro. So just bring it to that level here. Coffee money. There you go. You see? So now I showcased. It's never wise to end up to do this at the end of a trade. See, you never do that. You always get punished. It was just a paper trade. I never do this anymore. Sometimes I do it with a micro though, but it never works out well if I just think, okay, last 20 points, let me do it. Mm-mm. It might still go, but you just don't want to take it's. I didn't even put my stop loss. You saw that. You just wait. You just let it go. Otherwise, you get punished. Because it doesn't. This is a logic level. It will go there, but you see, how many points before? 46. 10 points before. And the macro did not end. A good example, right? Don't become impatient. When you get impatient, you'll be punished. And when you're not sure, paper trade it. No harm. I didn't lose any money because it was paper trade. And I'm happy that it filled, so now you guys see it. Getting into a trade just before the end of a macro, just while the move is already done, and you catch a falling knife. It is. I used to do that a lot, just because I'm impatient and didn't want to wait, and then it cost me a lot of money. If it breaks through, probably 25,950. Yeah, if we're gonna go higher, then I think this my level is in play here. But again, it might just wick into it, right? I mean, it might just go. It might not fill it, but might just touch into it and leave a small. Let's see, what did we create here? What are we here? So it's going to go into this wick here again. But hey, we might just, this might be just go all the way up, 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 up. And also, guys, what you also could consider is that we might not get a TGIF. We might just go up, 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 and then we might get a minor retracement in Asia or when market opens on Sunday, and then a continuation. Also possibility. Because if you look at it's a clear market. We are clearly now. You know, imagine that it's a gap. We filled the gap here with consolidation, but like this is, you can see this as a, let's say a down close candle right here. So now we're at sell side, we're on the buy side, and we are finalizing a market maker model. Sell side, buy side. Time distortion is in between, yes. So you can literally, you cut out this here, you cut out this area, and you cut out this consolidation. Then you have a sell side, buy side. And we have original consolidation here, so we don't have to go all the way back up, right? So we could reject here again. We always go back into original consolidation. What's original consolidation here? This area. So we could go up here, we could reject here, and then maybe we consolidate. We could consolidate. I think I'm done a little bit. Hey Abdul, your question SL of at what? You have to refresh my memory. What SL stop loss. Oh, I think you were referring to the paper trade that I put on here, which was I said, oh, we're going to go to in this rejection block. Let me just, the macro is still running. Let me just put on a trade. And then you saw what happened, right, within a macro here. I didn't even put my stop loss in because I thought we might have a little spike, but we did not. And it just went down a little bit, and it still might go up there. But you see, you never do that. It's a stupid thing to do. When you miss a move, you just stay patient, and you're okay with missing a move. And even though you think, oh, it's going to go there now, you know, you get your face ripped off or something, and it's not worth it to lose money over that. It's just an impatient FOMO move to do that, right? So either you're already in, positioned yourself here, and you ride the move up, but you don't get in for those last 20 points, and you risk, you know, it's just not worth it. Because how many points did it go down? It went down 40 points to make a bloody 10 or 20 points. You know, that's stupid. And it formed a nice fair value gap. So question is, what are we going to do now, right? But yeah, guys, I don't know if I think I want to start my week. I'm a little bit tired. I'm going to watch it though. I'm very interested. But we're already forming a fair value gap and we might have a retracement to the downside. But hey, I think there's more. Yes, it's finally. Well, I actually thought you take. No, David, I'm not. I think we have. I wonder if we are going to. You know what? I'll show you why I'm not interested in a short yet. On the daily, well, we have to watch this. Let's see. You see, we already went over 50% of this wick. Now we could always retrace back into that wick. Let me go, because it's a daily candle. Hold on. I want to check the 15-minute on this one. Let me go here on the 15. If the body stays over, oh, we are over already. See here, this is the 15. Let me change these colors so we can see. The yellow color is 50%. We already we closed above it, so that signifies for me that we might be bullish because we had a pass through. Yes, Fox Surfer, and the moment you feel that, you're actually on your way, and you feel very confused. The moment you think, oh my God, I thought I had it and then I don't, that means you're doing well. That is normal. I haven't seen Seek for Wisdom here, but she could. It's too late for her right now, but she had exactly the same thing. And the moment she said it to me, the next day she had the best. She wanted to become a better distribution trader instead of doing short trades. She said, "Oh my God, I'm so confused." And the next week, she came on and she had big trades and she was doing really well. And it's normal. It's normal. It really is. The moment you start doing well, you're really confused, but you go back and forth, and you're like, and then suddenly, and it goes, it's not like there's one moment that clicks. It's all little moments, and they become more and more and more. But you just don't give up, and you just keep on going. Yes, it does feel like that it definitely, but it's never 2 steps back. It's always forward. And but your mind, and the moment you just you are processing so much new data, and it's all, yes, it's totally normal. It is totally normal. So no worries, no worries. You're not really weird or not doing well. It's just actually exactly what you actually want to experience. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I was saying, like, I was looking at the daily wick right here. So we went into it. We are above 50%. We are above the event horizon. Event horizon is the midpoint between two NWOGs. NWOGs are very important. The market sees them. They are gaps, but they are also magnets, as seen as liquidity. So apparently people use them in many ways. So there are draws on liquidity as well. So once you are above this level, the next target is, it's highly likely that it could go here, but it's never 100% sure. But because we're above the 50% already, but on the 5th, I checked on the 15, we have a closure above the 50, and we have a passing through, right? As ICT says, if you have those wicks and you have a fair value gap or a gap passing through it, it's a high probable value gap you want to keep in your chart, but also it signifies, in this case, bullishness. So we might get a pullback, which is normal after a long, let's go to the hourly. And then we might get some continuation. If not, if you get a change in the state of delivery, like if you see on the 15-minute or the 1 hour that the structure is changing, well, you have to go short. But until you have not a structural change, you keep on being bullish, right? So it's just, we're bullish until we have a market structure shift. So no short. I mean, I wouldn't trade shorts today until I wouldn't be interested in retracements, for example, on a day like this, until I really see a market structure shift on the 15-minute. But then you would like to see that it takes out a proper but this is not a proper area for, well, we're in this wick now, but where are we in the wick? Let's see, are we in the 50% of this wick? I don't know. We are in this wick again. See, that's the problem with all these wicks. There are too many wicks. There's a lot of suspension block here. We didn't even get, okay, 0.75. Okay. So just be careful with shorts, guys. Just wait until, only go short when you really have a market structure shift. And with this market structure shift, that means you really want to see inversion. You know, you really want to see a higher time frame PDRA being taken out, so a level of liquidity being taken. Then you want your inversion. You want to see a breaker being formed. You want a retest of either the inversion or the breaker, and then, you know, you want to go short. But you don't want to go short beforehand if you don't see that structure being presenting itself on 5. Well, if you're really impatient, you can go for the 5 minute. But if you really want to be sure, like a move like this, you want to have a 15 minute to be sure, right? This is a 1 hour here. Like for example, the scalper, he said I was too early with my 450 move, but it was actually still a good move. It was still a good call though. But he could also wait a little bit longer, but then he missed. It was right around here. Let me go. It's a good example, especially when you are in an area of consolidation. It's a pity that it cost you money though, because it was a good call. Timing is right. But it's still, you know, I'm just seeing this, by the way. You see, notice that we have actually relatively equal lows here. So if you see relatively equal, especially then you want to wait for your market structure shift. So go on the 15. So the low is here, it's in, and then it consolidates, and here you get the 15-minute confirmation that we are changing directions, right? But how are you going to trade this? Because it's a pass-through. Here you have to wait. So you wait until it comes back into the range, and you enter here. That's a safe trade. But again, you need patience for it. So David, what's your average profit per trade points? I tend to, my trades are between 60 and 200 points on NQ. I tend not to take, because I'm a distribution trader, I wait for AMD or power of 3. So on a 10 a.m. candle on the 4 hour, preferably, let me show you. But I'm struggling right now because I don't have a clear AM. Like, for example, we have accumulation here, but I can't really, it's not like accumulation, manipulation, distribution. We have accumulation and just distribution because we're just moving away from this. This is not a clear AMD structure. But what I would like to do normally, let me go back. Let's see here. Where can we have a clear AMD? God, it's been a long time. Well, there might be, as a distribution trader, what you want to do, you take the distribution move of a candle. So for on the 10 o'clock candle, what I try to do is always get in this area here, open manipulation move. And if you identify we're already in a downward and it's continuation, that's also something that you can trade. But you want to get in the manipulation move. So this is a very small wick, but it's still open, and then you have the manipulation move, and then you want to get in this area, and then you write the candle down. So that is when you want to be a distribution trader, you take the distribution of the candle, and preferably the 4 hour. So that's why I'm on the 4 hour lot. So I try to get the 4 hour moves. So then you get more points. Oh. Uh-oh. I don't know if you guys hear that. Oh. Not on my nose, my love. My cat is throwing up on my nose. Oh. Why are you always doing that? Okay. Okay. So you see this candle here is 377 points. So yeah. Yeah, so scalper, you're going down, but it could be just a minor retracement. It's not necessarily that, oh my God, I'm going down, I need to be in a short. You also you can oh my God, what's wrong with you? Just a bunch of hair. Yeah, of course we're going down. We are most likely going to retrace a little bit. Or it's going to end. We're going to get our TGI. But then again, like I said, wait for your. If you are, don't get FOMO for a short because you just see a movement to the downside. I know you have a. I know you want to get in. I know you want to do it. Well, your name is Scalper, so actually for you, I mean, you're a scalper, so you could take. I mean, if you know how to scalp properly, you want those short-term moves. So I'm actually talking to you like you are a distribution trader, but your name actually says it already. You're a scalper, so you might trade differently than I do. Um, so, but David, I do want to focus also on the 20 point on smaller trades because I moved away from that a little bit, but I do think on stream it's nice to have 20 to 30 point trades as well. Because I think it's good on to do that on stream. So I will be focusing on that as well. Like if I see a trade and it has a solid risk reward, but just gives a 10 to 20 or maybe 30 points, I still want to put them on. I might not trade it on my own account, but I might do paper trades just to show, okay, this is a trade that I could take, but I'm not taking, something like that. Lol, the name is a dream name. I'm not there yet. Okay, gotcha. Okay. Yeah, because I just realized I'm talking to you like you're like a waiting for. I mean, if you're a scalper, you're not going to wait for a 15-minute change in the state of delivery. You already, you just take smaller trades. Scalpers are fine with just five points. They don't care. They just want to have a move to the downside, get in, get out, and within a minute they're already out. So that's a totally different ball game. But you have to be careful with scalping because especially now with those prop firms, when you are in a trade too short, I got a message because that's why I moved away from it and I start really focusing on those distribution trades. You're too short in a trade. We're going one more time and we're going to ban you. And that was funded. I said, oh my God, no. And I said, listen, funded next. I have videos on my trading style and I was already working for the other prop firm, and I said, no, I have videos, and I had to record myself. I can prove it. It's just it just happened a couple of times, and it's not my style that I always do. So I had to prove myself. So that's why I'm now very careful with shorter trades. But once I start with trading with my own account again, then maybe I can also. Well, I mean, it has to be A+ for me, but we'll see. We'll find a way. Either I'm going to do paper trading on shorter trades and just leave my larger trades for my own account, but we'll see. We'll figure it out. But I think it's good to know. I think it's there's nothing wrong with just. I mean, I was really happy with 10 points when I started to become profitable. I wasn't able to get more than 10 to 20 points for a while. That was my max, and then I was out of it. So there's nothing wrong with that. So okay, guys. I want to think. Yeah, the name is in the dream. So, but the scalper. Just curious. Do you want to be a scalper, or do you want to have larger trades? What do you want to? What's your trading identity that you want to? What you want to do? What's where you want to work towards? I just realized it because I know I see the name, but I just wasn't. I didn't register it until I was like, oh, whoa, the scalper says. Okay. Any question, guys, before I let you go? Guys, it's weekend. If you made your money, I want to be a distributor like sell side and buy side liquidity and reverse. Yes, so you want to take the whole market maker, you want to trade the market maker, the full market maker, sell and buy side. Yeah, but that's what I also try to. That's what I try to do with my trade in the morning. You have to identify the smaller market maker buy and sell model, so on the lower time frame, and then you trade them, and they form every day, many times. But hey, listen, I'll tell you honestly, in an area like this, it's just for me also not easy. I'm going to do a lot of journaling also. Because technically I do not want to miss these moves. But yes, okay. Okay, guys, I hope you guys are going to enjoy your weekend as well, like I am as well. I'm going to watch some tennis. I love the... yeah, I'm just going to relax a little bit. The reason I take it in and out is to build buffer. Yeah, okay. Is to build buffer. Oh, look at gold, guys. Gold is already going as well. We didn't look at gold at all. Well, this is a clear AMD here. Talking about AMD. AM distribution. This is a beautiful AMD. This is very clear. Accumulation, manipulation, and the real move. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Hey, Shrivant. Yeah, that was I had a really nice trade in the morning. I'm very happy with that trade. It was a good analysis. It was clear to me. The rest is just now. I'm just on. I feel like I'm just done with the week. I think with trading. I think I'm done. And it was an awesome week again with you guys. A little bit challenging on NQ for me. Yesterday especially. I was also a little bit tired. I had a lot of stress with the stream, with the quality of the stream. The first 2 days, remember, and we finally got that fixed. So and yeah, I'm looking forward to next week. And next week I will have the contract ready with the brokerage, and then I can really communicate the terms and the commissions, which are definitely, I think, is a good deal. I think I managed to negotiate a good deal with them, and let's see where that brings us. And I'll do it. I want to also trade a small account online. I think I'll make a $1,000 account and just build it. Build a small account with micros to show people as well. Listen, you don't need a lot of money to start your own personal account. Besides the prop firms. Because you never know if they'll go out of business, and I think it's always good to invest money that you make from a prop firm in an own account, just to diversify, just to be sure. Like, okay, and also there's you have your own rules. There's no consistency rules, but you have to be strict, obviously, with your own account. But you know, if there's a large distribution move, you're able to get it without having the rules all day proper, or getting told that, oh, you're not allowed to do this, you're not allowed to do that, blah blah blah. Well, anyway, so so with Funded Next, it was they said 10 seconds to me, and but it wasn't clear to me. Sometimes they said, one time they told me, oh, it's 20 seconds, and then they told me no, it's actually 10 seconds. But I think they used 20 seconds. So the scalper patients come. You know, I'll tell you one thing, scalper. You know what? If you're not patient, you need to feel the pain first. You need to lose a lot of accounts, and until you're so sick of yourself. I can tell you, you know, listen, I can tell you, yeah, it's so easy to tell someone, oh, you have to be patient and you cannot revenge trade. I made a video on it, by the way. Let me show you, because I struggle with it as well. And I was like, how come that I am profitable or start to become profitable and have a model and have technical knowledge? I think I finally got myself to a point that, and how is it possible that I'm still doing the same bullshit, like over trading, losing accounts, falling into that trap? And it really, and not only myself, but I also saw other people like I really respected. And I know a lot of people are not honest about it, but another trader that I respected was also honest about it as well. It took me a long time, and he has very, very strict rules, and he never deviates from them anymore. Otherwise, he falls in that trap as well. But if you are not that strict, which I was like, I found that trap a lot of the time. And so I started researching into like, why, what's happening? Because I'm disciplined in life. I don't have any weird, you know, I'm not addicted to anything. But why am I addicted to trade? It felt like I was addicted to trading. And it fascinated me, like, what the hell is going on? Is something wrong with me? I really started to think that, oh, something is wrong with me. And then I found out that it's not discipline, it's biology. It's very interesting. It's something that happens in your brain. Well, Scalper, I'm going to be honest with you. When you said I go in and out just for a buffer, but I'm like, but you don't have do you have a solid model? It's actually, you're putting yourself to more risk. If you don't have a solid model, it's not, I don't think it's actually, I get a little bit worried when you say that. Yeah, I was 200 for getting a payout and I almost lost everything yesterday. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that. I can, you know, I can tell you what you need to do, but people can tell me as well, but I still, you know, sometimes I still didn't listen. But watch that video on my side. It's how your brain, it's what happens in your brain, but also how you can reset it. And you really need to walk away. You need to trick your brain. Like if you have a losing trade, for example, your first response is to, oh, I need to fix it. It's like a loop your brain gets into, and you need to break that loop. It's very interesting. It's pure biology. And now I was like, oh, okay. And you also have to understand that the market is designed on fear and greed. So we are literally tricked all the time. You know, like, oh, okay, you can, you know, we're gonna go this way. We're gonna do that. That's why we have the manipulation moves and stuff like that, right? That's why it's so fascinating if you can identify. Well, this is a beautiful AMD. This is beautiful AMD. AMD distribution. Yeah, but yeah, watch it's the hard part is that you will need to go through the pain, that you get so fed up with yourself, and that you're like, okay, now I really need to work on that. Anyone can tell you I can tell you all the time, but it's not going to help. And you'll probably lose a few accounts. You'll probably lose maybe your own account until you're so sick of yourself. Okay, now I really, really, really need to do something about it. It's not easy, but I mean, I am getting I'm working on my patience. It's getting much better. Okay, you do have a more. Okay, well, good. Okay, good to hear. Yeah, just make sure that you are not risking. But if that works for you, scalper, why don't you keep doing that? If that works for you very well, and you're managing to do that, if you have a very good model and it's a short model, why don't you focus on that? If that's your model, because you say I build a buffer with it, but why don't you stick with it until you have a really, really big buffer? If you have a model and it works for you, it's just maybe not that many points. But what if you have a very high win rate with that? Then why not stick to that? Paper trade the other models that you're trying, the distribution moves, and you build your model with that one trade, the model that you're working with. And instead of just building a buffer, you're just only doing that. And paper trade the other, if that is the cause that you're losing your account or not doing well or whatever. I'm just thinking, because if you're doing so well with that smaller, just be happy with that smaller amount. I'm just saying, if that works for you now, you've got something. Don't get greedy. Don't get greedy. Because it sounds like, if that model works, you always do it because you want to build something and then you take on more risk, which with a model that you haven't really, you need to maybe refine and improve a little bit. Think about it. Have you gone into longs on NQ? Yes, Shrivant, I got the long at the opening. I also posted it in the general chat in the general chat of the Discord. So I got in. Let me show on the 50. In the 15 minute, it was most clear. This was a trade just below the opening range gap here, and I had a little bit of drawdown because we went back and forth, back and forth, back and forth until we start going up, and my trade was until here, and I wasn't sure if we reject here or we go up. So my trade was only from here to here. It was about how many points? 600. About 100-point trade. So yeah, about I think it's yes. So okay, guys, I'm gonna have my weekend. I need to clean up. My cat has made some mess here. Don't know what's going on. You guys have a good weekend. You know where to find me. If you have any wanna send me a DM, any questions, feel free to do so. And again, I want to thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I love you guys. And also with all the bad audio and the stream beginning of the week, you still hang out with me. I'm very appreciative of that. So, and my bad day yesterday as well. Sometimes you have a bad day and you just really don't see it. I think I had a bad week to be honest. Well, I'm still green, but analysis-wise, I don't think this was a good week for me. I had a good trade this morning, but normally I felt off yesterday. London, I didn't feel very like I was on the ball. You can feel it sometimes, right, when you start. And then the beginning of the week, I had the issues with the stream. Oh yeah, this morning was the tree cutters with the noise. So, but I'm still green, so it's good. But we'll see. Next week we'll hopefully have a better week, and we want to be on point again. But I'll be watching the market, and if there's anything interesting, I'll post it in the Discord. Love you guys, and have a nice weekend, and I'll see you back on next week. Ciao, ciao. And no overtrading. No one.